King.
Today's matchup is brought to you by Mattress Warehouse. Save up to $1,500 during the Memorial Day sale, plus free next day delivery and setup. And we're set up for game 2 of the 3-game series this Memorial Day weekend. It's a Paul Skeens day here in Toronto. We're indoors, thankfully. It's kind of miserable outside. But boy, when Skeens pitches, it's bright and sunny, usually. Greg Brown along with sunny and cheery Matt Capps, and Hannah Mears will be along as well. We'll talk about the Pirates and the Blue Jays coming up. But first, we want to talk about and concentrate on this guy on the mound today for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skeens. Matt, he is 6-3 at .262 ERA. Second go-round against the Blue Jays. He pitched last year against them and pitched very well.
Well, he's special. Anytime he takes a mound, it is must-see TV, or you want to be in the front row like we are today, Brownie. This guy's special for a lot of different reasons. He can throw multiple pitches in the strike zone. He can throw multiple pitches that look like they're going to be in the strike zone that are going to end up outside of the strike zone, and that can play really well against this Toronto Blue Jays ball club that likes to chase a little bit. You see what he did last year? We're not too worried about that. Today could be better, but Paul Skeens is just good anytime he steps up there.
Check out our Penn West University stat of the day. What he has done on the road. You know, any number you can select, it's going to be tremendous for Skeens.
No, absolutely. I like the bottom right there. He doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him, if he's familiar with a place or not. He controls the controllables. That's one of my favorite sayings in Major League Baseball. Control what you can control. Paul Skeens does that very well. First time out at any ballpark, he's been exceptionally good.
He is facing the 36-year-old veteran lefty Patrick Corbin, who in April signed a 1-year, $1 million contract. Corbin, a lot of years with the Nationals, he just gets beat up. But you know what he does? He keeps getting the baseball and pitching.
Well, he's a very durable left-handed starter. Been around baseball, well-traveled, as you see right there, 381 career games. The Pirates are familiar with what he does. They know he likes to run that two-seamer down and away. He'll surprise you with a four-seamer up and in to righties from time to time, but he just locates when he's good, and he's consistently in the strike zone.
Durable, reliable, but 8 straight full seasons, 30 or more starts for Patrick Corbin. Boy, durable, reliable. We could be talking about Brian Reynolds, couldn't we?
No kidding. This guy right in the middle of the lineup for a long time with the Pirates, making his 1,000th appearance as a Pittsburgh Pirate in the big leagues. He's been a lot of fun to watch. He was a lot of fun to watch last night. He just had the one at bat in last night's ball game, but man, Brownie, was it an impressive at bat. He got a couple of pitches that he could really handle, but he was facing a really good pitcher in Varland. You'll see here in just a second. The only pitches in the big part of the strike zone were 99 and 100 miles an hour, exploding out of the hand of Louis Varland. But Brian Reynolds had a job to do with guys on second, third. He knew he had to put the ball in play, and he finally got a pitch that he could do that, which was also a good pitch. Off-speed pitch going down and away. He does a nice job using the big part of the field. He's a pro.
He is indeed a pro. Plays his 1,000th Pirates game today. On the mound for the Pirates, Buccos have the King of the Hill.
Eddie's?
Pirates Baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates. Because life, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. And by Cohen Markets. Free ice cream is back at Cohen Markets. All Club Cohen members get a free Hershey ice cream sandwich every day all summer at Cohen. Yeah, that's what it looks like outside the Rogers Center.
It doesn't feel like summer out there. Not today.
Wind chill, what was Joe telling us? Was below freezing.
0.
Well, yeah, below 0 Celsius. Well, there is the veteran lefty. We just talked about Patrick Corbin. This is the lineup he will be facing for the Pirates. It's Nick Gonzalez leading off. Connor Griffin will bat second, and then Brian Reynolds playing in his 1,000th career Pirates game today. Marcell Ozuna is the designated hitter. Spencer Horwitz gets a start at first base against a lefty. And then Justinson Garcia, the password in center field. Jared Triolo at third base. Esmeralyn Valdez gets his second straight big league start, and Henry Davis, of course, catches with Paul Skeens on the mound.
On the mound for the Blue Jays, the lefty Patrick Corbin making his 9th start of the year, 4.23 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 38 1/3 innings of work. He likes to run that two-seam fastball away from all the righties in the Pirates lineup. He will run an in on the lefty. Spencer Horwitz, the only lefty in the lineup today. Got a cutter and a slider to run away from the lefties that he will try to run underneath the barrel of the bat of the right-handers, get the bigger slider on the back foot.
No stranger to the Pirates, Patrick Corbin, longtime National Leaguer. And the first pitch is a called strike to Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez last night had 2 hits. He led off early on this road trip, back-to-back starts. He grounds this ball to the shortstop and 1 away. Andres Jimenez over there at short makes the play. And he threw it to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Lenin Sosa gets a start at second base. Ernie Clement moves over to third, started at second base last night. Yohendrick Pinango, a big double last night in left. Dalton Varsho, Jesus Sanchez, and former Pirate Tyler Heineman catches Patrick Corbin. Connor Griffin had his 8-game hitting streak come to an end last night, and one of the more frustrating games, I think, for Connor Griffin in his young career. Fly ball center field. Varsho. 2 outs. And now let's take a look at the Blue Moon bright spot. 1,000 games with the Pirates going back to 1990. These are the players. Now Reynolds on that list, 6th on the list behind Andrew McCutchen, Jason Kendall, Jack Wilson, Kevin Young, and Jay Bell.
KY, our buddy KY,
yeah.
You know he's watching.
Yes. A tip of the cap.
That's right.
To the great Kevin Young.
There's a cutter right there from Corbin. Exactly what I was talking about. You're gonna see the cutter elevated a little bit more in the strike zone than the slider he's gonna try to get down. But that cutter, he's just trying to get off the barrel of the bat of the righties.
.36 years old, 14th year in the big leagues. Facing the 31-year-old in his 8th season with the Pirates, Brian Reynolds. Drafted by the Giants, made his major league debut with the Pirates in 2019. There's the big trade involving Andrew McCutchen going to San Francisco. Pirates acquired Reynolds. Hard hit, past diving shortstop Andres Jimenez, and appropriate that on the day he celebrates his 1,000th career major league game, he singles. Let's go down to Hannah.
Well, he said he was glad he got 1,000 hits this year before he reached this milestone, Brownie. And I asked, when he looks back at all those games that he said is a lot of games in the big leagues, I asked what his favorite memory was. He mentioned things like his debut, first hit, homer from both sides of the plate in a game, the All-Star games, and hopefully a playoff game gets added to that. I also asked about that stash, guys. Seems like thousands of hair on his face. He said, I don't know what people are talking about. I don't see what's going on. I think it looks a little bit different, more full than usual.
Yeah, swinging a foul tip. Well, it's working. He's got the base hit. That's his 1,011th career hit. Yeah, it is. That's a good stash he's got going.
I mean, I would try to grow one too if it helped me play in 1,000 major league games. I'd have to cut the hair off the top of my head and glue it on, though.
Marcell Ozuna, 40 career at-bats against Corbin. 200 career hitter, 8 for 40. Did not play last night, was announced as a pinch hitter, and then Reynolds batted for him. And hold up. One ball, 2 strikes. Pulls this ball toward the line and left, and out of play. Well, Hannah was talking to him about his first career hit and his different milestones. This is it at PNC Park against Derek Holland. April 20th, 2019, first career hit.
I didn't realize he got his first career hit against the Giants, the team that drafted him and traded him over to Pittsburgh. That's pretty cool, too.
10 days later, his first big league home run down in Arlington, Texas against your old buddy Jesse Chavez.
Oh, wow.
Strike 3 called. Corbin gives up the 2-out hit, strikes out Ozuna, and now it's Paul Skeens to the mound. 1 here indoors, Toronto's Rogers Center, and John Schneider's Blue Jays. George Springer's the DH. Dalton Varsho, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Yohendrick Pinango, Jesus Sanchez will follow. 797 OPS against righties this year. Ernie Clement, Andres Jimenez, Lenine Sosa, and Tyler Heineman against Paul Skeens, making his 11th start. 55 innings, 63 strikeouts, 8 walks.
Here's the Car Shield numbers for Paul. You mentioned making his 11th start, 310, 6-3, 55 innings of work, 63 strikeouts, only 8 walks. I like this right here. Paul going right after George Springer. First 2 pitches of the ball game, 97 miles an hour. Watching Bubba Chandler pitch yesterday, saw a lot of swing and miss up above the zone on the fastball.
Drive to left field. It's another first inning home run off Skeens. He's gotten ambushed. This time Springer on an 0-2 pitch. It's his 5th of the year and gives Toronto a 1-0 lead.
3 fastballs in a row. I like that he went right after Springer. We'll wait and see the replay, see how high he was able to get it. But after the first 2 swing and miss on the heaters up, want to keep climbing the ladder. Take a look at where this one ends up. Good look on your AHN Supermo right there, just above the belt. So jumping ahead 0-2. Paul wants to try and get that a little bit higher up around the letters. And if you can get Springer to chase, good chance he can't get on top of it like he does that one a little bit lower.
It's the 4th home run he's given up in the first inning this year. His ERA, and maybe unfair to mention, coming in at 7.45 because it was hurt drastically that opening day start in New York, that first inning. But still, the first inning ERA before that home run, 7.45, which includes 4 home runs. C.J. Abrams hit a home run for the Nationals on April the 13th in the first inning against him. J.J. Weatherholt and Jordan Walker, the end of April for the Cardinals, both homered in the first inning off Paul Skeens, and now Springer on an 0-2 pitch. 3-0 now on Varsho. And a 4-pitch walk. Defense. Spencer Horowitz, Nick Gonzalez on the right side of the Pirates infield. And the defense brought to you by Levin Furniture and Mattress includes Jared Triolo at third, Connor Griffin at short, Reynolds, Garcia, Esmeralyn Valdez in right, and Henry Davis catches Paul Skeens. Ball 1. Very unusual sequence here. 0-2 homer, 5 pitches out of the zone.
Yeah, looked like a little bit frustrated with that 0-2 pitch to Springer.
got him a little bit rattled in the at-bat against Varsho, and trying to be careful right here against Vladimir Guerrero Jr., but that one's better. Yeah, sometimes as a pitcher, when things don't go your way, you start pitching away from contact, trying to make the perfect pitch, and that's a bad place to be.
'65th career leadoff home run for Springer, second this season. Chance for two. And that cleans things up nicely. Griffin on to Gonzalez to Horwitz. Matt, what are today's keys to the game presented by your Western PA Buick dealers?
Well, it's a great time to throw them up there after that play right there. Youthful jubilance and defense on their toes. So there's some youth in this lineup today. I was talking to Connor Griffin yesterday, talking about kind of, you know, his excitement getting to the big leagues, getting to face guys that he had watched a lot as a child. Patrick Corbin on the mound for the Blue Jays today. There's an opportunity for him to face a guy that, you know, he watched pitch, and same thing with Garcia and Valdez and other guys in the Pirates lineup. But our defense is crazy important, especially coming after yesterday's ball game where there were 3 errors made. So the Pirates this year are 21-12 when they play a clean defensive ball game. 5-13 when there's 1 or more errors.
2-0 on Pinango. Skeens, who his last start at PNC Park last Sunday against the Phillies. In that game, he blanked the Phils through the first 4 innings, and then gave up 2 runs in the 5th. A leadoff homer to Bryce Harper in the 6th. Ended up leaving with 2 on and nobody out. One of those runs scoring on a double by Bryson Stott, and he ended up giving up 5 runs in 5 innings. So it's the 6th home run he's given up this season. And for Springer, mentioned his 65th career leadoff home run, second only to Rickey Henderson all time. Hall of Famer Rickey Henderson, 81 career leadoff homers. Fly ball toward the line in right, and that will drop fair for a double with 2 outs on a 3-2 pitch to Pinango.
Again, I like the selection right there. It looked like it was just elevated a little too much to allow Pinango to go down and get it. This was a straight changeup, not the splinker, but coming off a couple of fastballs that were fouled back. I like the thought process of trying to pull the string a little bit, get the hitter out in front. He did that. Pinango just did a nice job going down and getting it. Pitch also middle part of the plate, right at the bottom of the kneecaps. He gets that away. It's a different scenario. Or also, you know, if he goes to the split that has a little more bite downward, might be able to get him to hit the top of the baseball. Like that one right there.
Jesus Sanchez. Couple strikes on him. He had an RBI double in the 8th inning last night against Dennis Santana. And hit a ball the other way to the wall and left. His 3rd at bat after going 0 for 2 against Bubba Chandler. Chandler went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, 1 earned, with 11 strikeouts. That's hit hard, but right at the center fielder, Justinson Garcia. 1-0 on the Springer homer. MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pittsburgh Pirates gear. Spencer Horwitz starting against the lefty Corbin. Mainly sits against southpaws, but Don Kelly trying to give especially O'Neal Cruz more time off. Strike called. Horwitz, Justinson Garcia, Jared Triolo here in the second against Corbin. And bounced into right field. So Horwitz takes advantage of a rare start against a lefty and singles to right.
Well, I like this matchup too. Spencer versus a guy like Corbin right here. Just saw the two-seamer trying to get in on him. Not a bad pitch right there, but Spencer does a nice job of getting the barrel of the bat down to it, sneaks it through the infield. But I was thinking more the cutter away from him. We've seen Spencer quite a bit shoot the ball to the left side of the field. Let's see if that comes into play later in the ballgame.
Oh, that's ripped to left field by Garcia. The password. 110 miles an hour. Exit velo has set things up here, first and second, nobody out.
You can't sneak that four-seam fastball by Garcia. Good look at the spin right there, trying to go in. Left it out over the middle of the plate. Great looking swing.
He's got 5 hits now and 14 at bats since his call up. Triolo now. Third baseman Clement even with the bag. First baseman Guerrero plays in front of the runner and creeping. And chopped toward third, a foul ball. That's not what the Pirates or Triolo want, of course.
No, fortunately going just a little bit foul because Clement had an easy double play right there. Wisely backed up, let the ball get to him, foot on the bag, throw across.
Pirates, one area they need to improve upon. Runners in scoring position. They were 0 for 9 last night in these situations. Looking down at Tony Beasley, Pirates third base coach. A 2-1 count. Patrick Corbin in his 14th season signed a 1-year, $1 million contract as an emergency starter for all intents and purposes in April. Cutter diving in on the hands. 2-2. He was actually pitching to a high school team. Didn't have a job. And Blue Jays called him first week of April. Signed him. He made one rehab down in the minors and 5 days later was pitching back at the big leagues. Strike 3 called. 1 out.
That was a well-placed two-seam fastball right here. Looked like it had a little bit of comeback to it. See him set up, down and in. Not much that Jared Triolo can do with that, but with 2 strikes in this type of situation, other than try to foul it off.
Esmeralyn Valdez, major league debut last night, struck out his first big league at bat. Next time up, drew a walk. In his 7th inning at bat, a check swing ground ball to first, and in the 9th inning, he struck out looking. Way in. 22-year-old, 9th ranked prospect in the Pirates organization.
Let's find a gap right here.
Two balls, no strikes. So he got the first game out of the way last night. Looking for his first major league hit now. High fly ball to left. Oh, did that come close? A very aggressive sprint toward third base, but Horwitz dives back to second.
Yeah, that one was hit so high you could kind of read it. Spencer Horwitz could read it, and he knew it was either going to be caught or it was going to just sneak over the wall. It's the cut fastball from Patrick Corbin, and that's what Valdez just got a little bit underneath it. And I appreciate the effort right here. You may be saying, you know, why is Spencer tagging up at second base to get to third base? Not a huge advantage being at third base with 2 outs over being at second base, but it allowed Garcia to get back, would have allowed Garcia to get back to first base, and now the Pirates would have had 2 runners in scoring position.
So they're 0 for 2 tonight. It's so far anyway. And runners in scoring position here. And now Henry Davis 0-1.
Be happy with a .333 on batting average with runners in scoring position, wouldn't you?
Sure. Popped it up, and the Pirates are going to come away without a run after the first 2 men get hits. It's 1-0 Toronto.
Back, Ernie Clement and Paul Skeens actually played together as teammates for Team USA at the World Baseball Classic this season. I talked to Ernie today about his impression of Paul Skeens. He said he carries himself like a 10-year vet. He said he's so routine-oriented and he's so regimented. It makes sense why he's so consistent. He said it was also good to see the side of Skeens where he's such a fiery competitor, but he was able to be loose with the boys. That's something Ernie appreciated about him. Brownie, as Skeens is going to get Ernie Clement here at first, but he said very similar sentiments, it seemed like, when I talked to Logan Webb in San Francisco about that experience with Skeens, and they all just were so impressed with his routine and his details and what he does. But he did say he didn't get any of the threats like Logan did from Skeens of, you better win this game or I'll never speak to you again. So at least that was good. They're still talking.
Still talking, and Skeens wins that first battle. Hannah getting Clement to bounce to third, and kind of a difficult play there by Triolo. That ball hit the edge of the artificial turf. Triolo stayed with it. So 1 quick out. Now Andres Jimenez.
We'll see how the rest of the ball game goes in their head-to-head matchups as we continue as to whether Skeens will continue to talk to him or not. We'll go to the Triolo bounce right here, right at the edge. You see Jared's so good with the glove, stayed with it, took a little funny hop, looked like he lost some footing there as well.
Triolo making that nice play on Ernie Clement, who's starting at third base. Jimenez slaps this one. Diving play. Can Triolo get him? And no. Past Horwitz. It'll be a hit and an error. Horwitz tried to stay on the bag and make the play. And Jimenez at second with 1 out.
I don't think Jared realized how much time he had. He had a little more time to get up and get his feet underneath him and make a throw. I saw him yesterday and again today taking ground balls not only at third base but also over from a shortstop type position, which is essentially where he was playing with the shift on right there. And he was doing just that. He was using the turf to bounce the baseball across the infield. But I think if he gets a better grip on the baseball and puts a little more behind it instead of a rush throw, he might get the base run.
Hit and an error. Pirates committing 3 errors last night. And now Lenine Sosa. Skeens giving up the leadoff home run to Springer, then walked the next batter before getting Guerrero to bounce into a double play. Double the cleanup man Pinango. And Sanchez lined out to center. Ground ball right at short. They're actually making, honestly, solid contact here against Skeens.
Yeah, that one came off the bat at 106 miles an hour. Really the weakest contact so far has been the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 6-4-3 double play in the first inning.
The line out that ended the first was 106 miles an hour off the bat of Jesus Sanchez. Tyler Heineman. Switch hitting catcher. Alejandro Kirk has been on the injured list, so it's Heineman who backs up Brandon Venezuela.
Well, I kind of expected this type of approach from the Blue Jays against Skeens to be aggressive early and often. I don't have the number, but I know there's been a lot of first pitch swings this first time through the lineup.
One and two on Heineman. Heineman spent parts of 2 seasons with the Bucks, 22-23. Skeens picks up his first strikeout, and it's 1-0 Jays. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by your Western PA Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. There's Autumn, Drew Brown's lovely wife. She's here. Drew Brown, our associate director, and a bunch of Pirate fans making their way up from Pittsburgh.
A lot of people drove up.
Yes. Nick Gonzalez takes ball 1. John Wayner's got some folks on hand here today. Nick Gonzalez, Connor Griffin, Brian Reynolds against Corbin.
Well, that's really not surprising. The Rock, he's got people everywhere. A man of the people.
That he is. There he is. Joe Block there with him and radio engineer behind him. We're going to get to see Rock's family at some point today. His son Tyler and his daughter-in-law Ashley and grandkids Parker and Cameron are here. Cameron celebrating his 12th birthday today. And how about a very special happy birthday to Betty Williams. 100 today.
Wow.
Fly ball left field. And in front of the track. One up, one down. Happy birthday, Betty. Born on this day.
That's amazing. 100 years young. Good for her.
See, 1926, the year after the Pirates won the World Series. And the year before, they went back to the World Series against the Yankees. Here's Connor Griffin.
Well, you know, we got a big birthday tomorrow, too. Our buddy Kurt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Steelers. I guess happy birthday in advance. You'll be doing the national game.
Yeah, we'll tell him tomorrow. We'll tell him tomorrow.
Are you going to remember us after doing the national game?
Greg, I could never forget you.
Thank you. We're looking forward to watching it.
It should be fun.
Hopefully it's the rubber match of the series.
Yeah, that would be nice. Pirates to get this one, that's trouble.
This does get him. 2 outs. Penn West University educating you. That Brian Reynolds base hit in the first inning. Hardest hit ball of his career.
Wow. I knew he got it pretty good, but man, 113.
Do you think he knows it? I wonder if he, I mean, he knows he hit it good. I just wonder if he'll be surprised when Hannah tells him.
I think he did. I think he felt it, because, you know, when we went to him and he was at first base, he had a nice little grin. He had to know it felt good.
Talking about those milestones, his first hit against Derek Holland, his debut game April 20th, 2019. 10 days later, first career homer. Hannah talked to him about other memories, including the first walk-off hit, that 2-run single against the Marlins in September of 2019. In fact, September 4th, 2019, his first walk-off. Next day, he hits home runs from both sides of the plate against the Marlins. April of 2023, he signed the 8-year, $106.75 million contract that'll keep him a bucko through at least 2030. And we talked in our open about durability and how important that is, and how much, you know, managers love to know that they can write a guy's name in the lineup every day.
Yeah, the Pirates have been fortunate in having a guy like Brian Reynolds that can show up every single day.
The veteran Corbin gets him. Third K for Corbin and a 1-2-3 third. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. A home run by George Springer. Traveled 396 feet. 107 miles an hour off the bat. A 6th homer allowed by Skeens.
Got it to the right part of the ballpark. Got 3 fastballs in a row, and the third one he got for that home run. So I think this second time through the lineup, there's a first pitch fastball. But what we'll see out of Paul Skeens a little bit different is his approach change. Maybe start pitching these guys a little bit backwards. So go with his off-speed stuff a little bit earlier in the count.
Xfinity batting stats, reliable Wi-Fi at one price. Springer off to a slow start, starting to come along here recently.
That's a good pitch right there. That's the 2-seam fastball from Paul Skeens. Still great velocity on it. A little bit more sink than the arm side run that he gets on the 4-seamer.
Working with Henry Davis, nodding at the numbers. He punched in there, that pitch calm.
This is a sweeper right here. This is not where he's trying to get this. Trying to get it down. Do you know what toe George Springer broke?
I think his left. Foul tip.
And you can see right there, that's the 4-seam fastball at 98. You could tell by the swing right here. Watch Springer's front hip. So they had made him aware earlier in the at-bat of that fastball in. So on that swing right there, what it did was Springer opened up, anticipating something hard in on him, and he tried to clear the space to get to it, and that Nothing he could do to catch up to that 98 on the outside corner.
Yeah, it was his left big toe
left
fracture,
big toe.
April the 11th. 1-0 on Varsho.
I tell you, pitchers are mean sometimes. Wonder if that's why they were going with a two-seamer into him. Try and make him aware of that. You got to think Springer's going to be real conscious about fouling anything off of his foot.
Falls behind Varsho 3-0. He walked him on 4 pitches in the first following the Springer homer on the 0-2 pitch. Just again the 9th walk all season. Fly ball center field. Justinson Garcia. Green light swinging, and Varsho is the second out.
Well, I was going back to look. Varsho had faced Paul Skeens 3 times before today's ball game and had 2 strikeouts against him. And you know, sometimes there's a hitters just get in the batter's box, and there's something about the sight line, something about the look, whether it's different than what you remember or it just makes you uncomfortable, that can make it hard to find the strike zone or execute your pitches. I don't know if that's the case today. With Skeens' first 7 pitches he threw to Varsho not landing in the strike zone, or if it was just 7 pitches where he didn't have a feel.
Max Scherzer there in front of Varsho. Scherzer on the injured list.
Stay in here, ball.
Horwitz looking, and yes, right there by his friendly dugout. Teammates applaud him. 1-2-3, 1-0 Jays. Home run by George Springer leading off first inning against Paul Skeens. The difference so far, and Patrick Corbin at times can be good, and so far he is against the Pirates. First pitch strike. He struck out Osuna looking in the first. Corbin's ERA here, by the way, 3 starts, 6.23 coming into this game, 3.20 on the road. The Toronto Blue Jays pitchers coming into this ball game having allowed just 3 runs over their last 3 games. And John Schneider's Jays, the defending American League champions. And there is just another disappointing at bat for Marcell Osuna. Strikes out at the pitch in the dirt. Second time he goes down. Well, next homestand begins Monday, Memorial Day at PNC Park. The Chicago Cubs in Monday afternoon start a 4-game series, and the homestand continues Friday night against the Minnesota Twins. Derek Shelton's Twins, 6:45 first pitch. After the game, America 250 theme Zambelli Drone Show presented by AHN. That's this coming Friday night. Get your tickets at pirates.com/drone show. Celebrating America 250. Presented by AHN. 6:45 first pitch against the Twins next Friday night.
Well, Corbin's been real stingy so far through the first 3 1/3. He's been on the corners of the plate. He's had good command with that slider and the cutter. Also seen some good changeups. Spencer, the only lefty in the lineup. 8 right-handers going up there against him. That changeup can be an equalizer. But at the end of the day, with a guy like Patrick Corbin, it's all about command. He's got to be on the edges of the plate, down for the most part, elevate with purpose. We've seen him run that 4-seamer up and in to some righties.
Horwitz pulled a single to right field leading off the second inning. Jr. under the pitcher covering. And now here's a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Nobody sells Lazy Boy for less than Levin.
Garcia, hard single to left. Not waiting around.
No, there's that changeup right there. After you just mentioned the hard single to left, pull the string first pitch, you had to think Garcia was going to be aggressive. Got him out in front.
Talk about durability with this guy. 30 or more starts, 8 straight full seasons. That excludes the COVID year of 2020. 2-1. And last time the Pirates faced them, they scored 7 runs in 6 innings at PNC Park, September of 2024.
Garcia being a little antsy on that one right there. 3-1. He's got to get Corbin in the big part of the hitting zone. I think he swung at ball 4. Come on, get a mistake.
Tuesday, catch a new episode of Unobstructed Views. Stephen Brault and WWE's Corey Graves host SNP's alternate broadcast, breaking down the Pirates game in real time. Tune in Tuesday at 6:30 on Sportsnet Pittsburgh Plus, or stream on SNP 360. That'll be game 2 of the 4-game series against the Chicago Cubs at PNC Park. Stephen Brault's dad back there.
I like it, traveling around. Got the San Diego style Pirate shirt on.
Like the old days with Stephen and his folks driving around the country watching the Padres. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Pinango. Doubled to right in the first inning.
All right, after that pitch right there, missing arm side high, Paul's so good at bringing the sweeper off that same plane. Stayed with the fastball.
We had a 1-2-3 third. Not yet his dominating self. This is a battle for Skeens through 3 innings. Moving to his left, Nick Gonzalez. One away here in the 4th inning. Skeens gets Pinango, now faces Jesus Sanchez.
We'll take those all day long right there. Ground balls. I feel like he's going to the 2-seam fastball quite a bit more than we're used to seeing it. It shouldn't surprise me, because that's the thing with Paul Skeens, is you can't really pick a start and say this is the pitch he's going to use or that's the pitch he's going to use. He's got such great command when he's on of really everything. So the ability to attack hitters with an assortment of different pitches, one of the things that really makes him so special.
Out in front 0-2 on Sanchez. Sanchez, who lined out to center field in the first inning, is going to try for a double, and he is going to be out. Jesus Sanchez tried to stretch it into a double, and he is thrown out. We'll see about any challenge here, as the password showing off his abilities, the speed, the arm, and they're going to challenge.
I wonder if he was able to sneak a hand in there.
Toronto is challenging the out call at second base.
So baseball certainly beat him. It was a great job by the password out in center field to get over to this and get it in. And on the backside of the play, nice job by Nick Gonzalez to make the pick there. Can't tell from that angle, but it does look like maybe Sanchez was able to sneak the left hand in there, but the ball beat him by a foot or so. That's going to be close. I don't know, Brownie. This may stay. This could be one of those that if Jim Wolf had called him safe, it would stick, but because the call on the field was out, that's going to be hard for me to overturn. It's just hard to sync up exactly when Nick Gonzalez's glove gets either the chest or the shoulder. I mean, right there, maybe your best look.
Now, we've visited the replay center in New York, and they have not only every angle, but they are able to sync up all the angles together, match it.
Well, I'm glad it's not on me, because I'd go with the call on the field. In this instance, it's in favor of the Pirates. He's out.
Yeah, you wonder, you start to think, if the longer it goes, is that what they're seeing? Nothing definitive. And they keep looking and slowing it down and syncing it up. And you know what? They're in the replay center. We don't see anything as so definitive. The out call was made on the field. Paul Skeens was throwing a couple of warm-up pitches. Now he's just chatting with the umpire. It is Alan Porter, the crew chief, and the umpire that made the call, Jim Wolf. There's Alex McKay, the third base umpire. Here we go.
Review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Toronto.
Well, that must have been exactly what you were saying that happened right there, Brownie, is the center of New York able to sync it up. And because I didn't see it from any of the angles, anything that really told me that Jesus Sanchez got his hand in there before the tag was put down on him.
So the double, and now Ernie Clement. He takes ball one. Back to that matchup Hannah Mears was talking about. These two teammates from the World Baseball Classic, Clement and Skeens. Skeens got him to bounce to Jared Triolo at third base in the second inning. fouled back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clement had a historic postseason, by the way, helping the Blue Jays reach the World Series against the Dodgers. He had 30 hits in 73 at-bats. Hit .411. 22 singles in the playoffs. Connor Griffin dives to make sure that ball doesn't hit the dirt, and a line drive out.
That's a great play right there by Connor Griffin. It may just look like he comes in a couple of steps and dives, but right here, you know, take the hop out of the equation just to come get that baseball. You know, Arnie Clement gets down the line pretty well. If he steps back and takes a hop, not only could it make a kind of a funny hop like what we saw earlier in the ball game on a ball hit to Triolo, but he's also going to have to throw across the infield. Sanchez has an opportunity to get to third, so go ahead and catch it in the air.
That baseball savvy, smart as plays right there. That's a play you just never see a shortstop make. But what you're talking about, take all the doubt out of the equation, and a fly ball to left, and Griffin calls off Reynolds. 1-0 Jays. Back here, it's 1-0 Toronto. Top of the 5th on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Cloudy, gray outside. It was rainy this morning, and Willie had to take the bus over. We couldn't do our. Speaking of walking, you've got the boot off. You can start to walk again.
Yeah, I know. Had a hard time walking today. Cold, rainy, but I did find a treadmill down in the gym.
Yeah, I saw you sent the video.
You know, I was wondering, you didn't respond. I was wondering if you check your text messages or not.
No, I don't. But 0-2 on Triolo. But you know the Pirates Charities Family Walk, along with the what was announced a couple weeks ago by the Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates getting together to help raise money for the Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. The challenge, the 30 miles in 30 days starting in June. I think might be a way for you to get back your walking program.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea, and I'm up for it.
How about we challenge you to get the walking in, the 30 miles in 30 days in June, if you can handle it?
Well, Brownie, I think I can handle it. I tell you what, why don't you do it with me?
I'd love to.
You know, we could FaceTime each other when we're on our walks.
Wouldn't that be fun? And we'll show it to the public to get them involved.
Now, how are we going to do that?
There's a roller. Oh, what a play at short. And what a play on the other end at first by Guerrero. Jimenez, a Gold Glove second baseman, just robs a Gold Glove man himself, Triolo, to start the 5th inning.
Yeah, both sides of the play right here. Jimenez going and staying on his feet right there. Nice little turn. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the backside of it with the pick. With his momentum taking him out into center field, he pulled that throw up the line, but Guerrero did a great job not only going and getting it, but keeping his foot on the bag to retire Big Tree.
Jeez. Jimenez, who won 3 Gold Gloves at second base, back at his natural position shortstop with Bo Bichette moving on. And Guerrero, who won a Gold Glove 4 years ago at first base. Sensational play to start this 5th inning. And Esmeralyn Valdez hit a ball to the wall in left field in the 2nd inning.
So what do you say, Greg? I'll do my walk. I'll record a little bit of it. Put it on Twitter for you to see.
Let's do it.
X, I'm sorry, Instagram.
2-2. Yeah, we'll do that. So Valdez takes the big swing. The Bird Proud Challenge in June.
How do we donate? Who's going to win? Who's going to walk more, me or you?
I am, as strikeout number 6 for Corbin.
Going back to the changeup right here. Good look on the HN Supermo. You see that changeup spin. Saw the grip in the hand of Patrick Corbin, and the bottom just falls out of it about 3/4 of the way to home plate.
Strike on Davis. And the whole community, led by the Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins, coming together. Bunch of unique experiences to help encourage the fundraising. You get a Berg Proud t-shirt, raising the first $25. Line drive left field, and a foul ball.
We lose sight of it going down the left field line. Just missing extra bases by a couple of feet there for Henry. All right, now Corbin being the veteran, after a guy pulls something foul like that, probably going to see that changeup down and away again. Or with a 1-2 count, he may try and run that cutter up and in to make him aware of the inside again. It looks like they're going to go down and away with the changeup.
High pop. And it is Jimenez. 1-2-3 go the Bucks. 1-0 Toronto. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Mattress Warehouse Memorial Day sale. Save up to $1,500 plus free next day delivery and setup. Well, Patrick Corbin is having one of his best start as a Blue Jay. And Paul Skeens trying to keep it a 1-0 deficit, giving up that home run to Springer leading off the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Corbin's just been on the corners of the plate. He's changed speeds really well, kept the Pirates hitters off balance. And there's more than one way to pitch, not just great stuff that you can challenge guys with and go right after him. Corbin's fastball is not going to overpower anybody, but he's on the edges of the plate. He's got a little bit of sink to it. He'll run his four-seamer in on the hands. He's got that cutter that's running in on righties. And that at bat that we just saw to end the 5th inning with Henry Davis. You know, that changeup down and away to get the lazy pop fly to shortstop. That's just pitching right there. Reading what the hitter tells you they're looking for or what they do, and then reacting to it.
Lenine Sosa hanging tough as Skeens faces the 8-9-1 hitters, Sosa, Heineman, and Springer. Three and two. Lenine Sosa picked up from the White Sox last month for a minor leaguer. Rolled to Triolo. One up, one down here in the bottom of the 5th. And now Tyler Heineman before Springer will come to the bat, to the plate for the 3rd time.
That would look like it got just the top rail right there.
No challenge. Two and 0. Again, his second start against Toronto at PNC Park last year. No decision, 6 innings. His last start against the Phillies, 5 runs in 5 innings. .70 plate appearances. Heineman has struck out 14 times this year in those 70 plate appearances. Two ground ball outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
That was a good sequence right there. So back-to-back fastballs got the 2 foul balls. The first one was pulled over the Pirates dugout down the first base line, then it went essentially straight back. So Skeens, kind of like I was talking about with Corbin, to end the 5th inning, goes with that changeup down and away, had him way out in front, got weak little ground ball off the end of the bat. Yeah, and I like it. They're going in on Springer again. That was the split. The second at bat against George Springer in the 3rd inning. He saw a lot of two-seam fastballs in the inside corner.
Henry Davis, he wants everything, and it doesn't matter how far back those foul balls go. He's got the mask off, and he's going back to that backstop. 0-2.
He's fighting for his pitchers out there.
Yeah, the pitchers love it. And it's way back, but the Pirate pitchers love pitching to him. 0-2 the count on Springer. He has been the personal catcher for Skeens going back to early last year. Andy Rodriguez got hurt during a Skeens start. And Henry Davis has been his catcher ever since the injury to Andy Rodriguez. Still 2-2. Struck him out in the 3rd. Still not 100% Springer from that
No,
left
that's
toe fracture.
exactly what I was talking about right there. That split on the inner 3rd. Going to make him aware, fouling another ball off his foot.
Left center field on a 2-2 pitch. Rifles it into the gap. And he has to motor into second base as he sees that throw from Garcia was strong. A double with 2 outs.
And this is how they finished Springer for the strikeout in the 3rd inning. Very similar pitch, 97 miles an hour on the outside corner. This time Springer was able to go out and get a little piece of it. Looked like he kept his front side in a little better. Stayed through the baseball.
It's 4 extra base hits now for the Jays. 3 doubles and a homer against Skeens. And a fly ball to right. And at the wall, the catch made by Valdez. Varsho flirted with a homer, but it's still 1-0.
Welcome back. Earlier today, Ryan O'Hearn rehabbing his way back from that right quad strain, and today he was able to participate in some light baseball activities, plyos and running. Head athletic trainer and physical therapist Luke Novosel said they went through a light assessment yesterday, so they felt good where they were at and able to ramp things up today. The verdict after today, good from both O'Hearn and Novosel. They said he feels good. They're pleased where things are going right now. So tomorrow will be a recovery day, and then more to come after that, Brownie.
So, Hannah, it's been about a week, and they said, I think, a month. Sounds like they're on track. It'd be great if it weren't much more than that. Matt Haig there alongside Don Kelly, Pirates hitting coach, former Pirate, former Jay, Matt Haig. Nick Gonzalez, Connor Griffin, Brian Reynolds. Third time through here against Patrick Corbin, who's blanked the Pirates on 3 hits, 3 singles. And so far his best start as a Blue Jay. This is 9th start since being signed to that 1-year contract.
Well, now that everybody's seen him a couple of times, they have an idea as to how he's going to attack them. Like I said, he's got that 4-seamer that'll run away from the right-handers. Or I'm sorry, the 2-seamer that'll run away from the right-handers. He'll go with a 4-seamer up and in. That's the bigger slider. The cutter's been good for him today. Seen some good changeups. He is located really well.
You saw Braden Fisher, who was the opener the other day at Yankee Stadium. And boy, what a frustrating day it is here for the Pirates against Patrick Corbin. 7 strikeouts.
And it goes back to the changeup right here to Nick Gonzalez, who really didn't get much to hit that entire at bat. It's a 76-mile-an-hour changeup.
Season high, sorry, 7 strikeouts, season high for Corbin.
Speed difference on that changeup is pretty solid. Got an 8 or 9, 10-mile-an-hour speed difference on the changeup off the fastball. You're usually pretty happy with it. Corbin's is 14 to 15 miles an hour slower.
Ooh, ouch. There's obviously a plan in place here for Corbin with the righty ready in the bullpen.
Got right on that pad. Fortunately, it got on the shin guard for Connor. That still hurts, but it'd be a whole lot worse if he didn't have that shin guard.
Second baseman Sosa. 2 up and 2 down.
And you see the arsenal and how he's deployed it today. Patrick Corbin, changeup and sinkers the most, just under 25%. The cutter's been good. Hasn't thrown as many sliders, and the 4-seam fastball, he picks his spots with it. Climb the ladder, he'll try and run it up and in to righties, just up and over the plate to lefties. Just the one lefty in the lineup in today's ball game, but 2-seamer changeup heavy.
$14 in a row retired by Corbin since the base hit by Garcia. And Brian Reynolds is 2 for 3. Breaks the string.
Another well-struck baseball up the middle for Brian Reynolds. 108 miles an hour off the bat. That's one of the rare big part of the plates that we've seen off of Corbin today. Looked like they were trying to run that cutter in off the plate.
Osuna has struck out looking and struck out swinging.
He just needs one mistake right here.
Toward right center field, and there's a mistake. And Reynolds going to be waved home by Beasley as Marcell Osuna ties the game with his 2-out double into the right center field gap in the 6th.
A beautiful piece of hitting right here by Marcell. Doesn't try to pull this pitch right here. It was a 2-seam fastball. We'll wait and see where it was location-wise, but if it's down and away, yeah, it's even down below the strike zone. But if Marcell tries to pull off on that, it's likely a ground ball on the left side of the infield. But staying through it, thinking big part of the field, right center field, gave him an opportunity to get the barrel of the bat through the zone and through the baseball to do some damage right there. Beautiful.
2-out double to tie it. And now Corbin, likely his last batter of the day. 5th double for Osuna. 19th ribby. Ground ball to first. Handled by Guerrero. A 2-out double. Ryan Reynolds scores, and it's 1-1. Tuesday, May 26th, Pirates host the Cubs at PNC Park this coming Tuesday, 6:40. Join the Pirates in a galaxy far, far away for Star Wars night at PNC Park. Special ticket package includes a game ticket plus an exclusive Baby Yoda bobblehead. Grogu. Get your tickets at pirates.com/Star Wars. Bobblehead Matt Capps will get.
Yeah. I've already got one of those. Everything's Star Wars. You know that, though.
You talk like Yoda.
Like Yoda?
Runs Pirates need.
We got one. This is a big inning right here for Paul.
For Paul, big inning it is.
For Paul, big inning it is. All right. I see where you're going.
Going, you see. You are. I am. Guerrero, Pinango, and Sanchez here in the 6th. Oh, geez, that's good. It scared me. A lot of people wanting to know about how they can get on board the Caps charity walk in June. The PittsburghFoodBank.org/BergProud. Learn more. Oh, passed first into the corner.
Get it in, hold him at first.
And he does a nice job. Valdez.
Yeah, that was well played right there to keep Vladimir Guerrero at first base, to keep the double play in order. Good piece of hitting right there. The fastball at the top rail of the strike zone, but look how quickly Valdez gets over there and gets the baseball into the infield. Make a pitch here, get you a ground ball.
My gosh, Pinango. What a start he's off to. Had a big double last night, playing just his 22nd Major League game. 2 for 2 in this one.
Yeah, first pitch split right here. Paul and Henry trying to get that ground ball, going with a split finger that usually breaks down. This one hung up just a little bit more than they wanted it to.
Bill Murphy calling the Pirates bullpen.
Gonna get somebody going. Skeen's next pitch will be the 90th of the afternoon. Jump ahead with the 0-1 count here. Try and get a strikeout and then a ground ball. That's a good looking changeup. That's a good pitch right here. Look at the arm side run on that. But Sanchez way out on that front foot. So now he's got him set up to go with the fastball elevated and on the inner third above the strike zone right here. It's going to be hard for Sanchez to catch up to it after seeing that changeup.
Yohan Ramirez. You don't throw another changeup. Don't double up.
You can.
He did. 0-2. It's fouled away.
Yeah, you could double up with it. I usually revert back to going to the fastball because it's the pitch that you typically command the best. So take away that margin of error.
Should he go? No.
Ooh.
Henry Davis can't believe it. Henry Davis is confused, like thinking, can we just challenge the swing? His reaction was almost like, I want to challenge it. Couldn't believe the third base umpire, Alex McKay,
wow.
said no. A high angle. Boy, back to back change-ups there, huh?
That's 4 in a row, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoa.
.98 to start the at bat, and then those 4 changeups. I like that pitch right there. That's 97. Starts on the inner third. If he can start that off the plate and have it run back over, I think he'll get Sanchez. He'll also go with a 4-seamer up above, but likely going to see him go back to the changeup down and away here.
3-2.
Well, when you've got an arsenal like Paul Skeens does, go to the sweeper.
Just such an odd start here. He struck out only 2 batters. Line to right. Jays take the lead back. Sanchez heads to second with a double. Nobody out. 2-1 Toronto.
They went back to the changeup right there. One too many times with it. This one split the plate in half. So that swing right there from Sanchez where he gets onto the front leg and then takes the back knee down. He's really telling himself to really stay through everything. It doesn't mean you can't throw the changeup. It's just got to really be down and on the outside corner or off the plate away to get him to swing over the top of it.
So this is the most extra base hits he's ever given up. And only 2 strikeouts in 5+ innings. The fewest aside from that clunker opening day. And another hit. 3-1. Ernie Clement brings home Pinyango, and still nobody out.
Clement not waiting around right there. With the infield in, especially the first pitch he could get the barrel of the bat to, he was letting it fly. This was a 2-seam fastball trying to go in. Again, it's not in the strike zone, but that's what these Toronto Blue Jays are known for. I mean, they're one of the top teams in all of baseball in chasing outside of the zone. Unfortunately, got enough of that one to get it through the infield. Make it 3-1 here.
Blue Jays lead 3-1, bottom of the 6th inning, first and third, nobody out. This Pirates pitching change presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
You see the numbers there for Johan Ramirez, making his 22nd appearance. Opponents hitting .206 against him. He's got the live fastball and a good breaking ball. Got to get him in the strike zone. Through a scoreless 6th inning in his last appearance, Wednesday's ball game against the St. Louis Cardinals. Did face 6 batters. Was able to get out of a bases loaded jam. And that's what Donnie Kelly, the Pirates, and Paul Skeens are hoping for right here. See if he can get a strikeout and then a ground ball double play. Inheriting runners at first and third with no outs.
Andres Jimenez, 1 for 2 infield in. Triolo made the nice stop on his ground ball in the 2nd and then threw it past first. Popped up to the shortstop Griffin in the 4th. And there's Griffin, a chance for 2. And we'll do that. They'll concede the run. And that closes the book on Skeens. It's a 4-1 ball game.
Yeah, that was good base running right there. Sanchez, once he saw Connor Griffin turn and go towards the bag, that's when he took off towards home plate. By the time Spencer got the baseball, there was nothing he could do.
Lenyn Sosa was 0 for 2 against Skeens, but Skeens allows 4 runs in 5+ innings, 9 hits, and they were hard hits too.
Yeah, this was not a typical Paul Skeens start with a contact. Saw multiple balls over 100 miles an hour.
Challenge. Oh, somebody just got tossed to the Pirate dugout, and it might be Murphy, Bill Murphy, because it looked like there was discussion of whether they're going to allow Davis a chance to challenge.
Yeah, I don't think Alan Porter saw Henry Davis challenge the pitch there in that situation, and he was asking Jim Wolf out at second base if they saw Henry Davis challenge, which they concurred they did.
And they are letting Davis challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. But Bill Murphy has been ejected.
Ball's overturned. Pittsburgh has 2 remaining.
Pirates pitching coach.
Well, you see the pitch right here, just clipping the inside corner, and Henry going right away to challenge, but somebody.
Yeah, get
I guess
the heck
it
out
was
of
Bill
here.
Murphy in the.
I think Murphy was not
dugout.
happy maybe that it wasn't called a strike initially. I don't know. But you don't see that very often.
I think he was frustrated with Alan Porter.
Uh-oh. He's telling somebody else to quiet down now. And now Don Kelly's tossed. Don Kelly was trying to tell him he didn't say anything. Don Kelly might get his money's worth now with Alan Porter.
Well, I think so. I think without a doubt he's going to get his money's worth, Brownie. I mean, there's a little bit of a history here. If memory serves me, it was Alan Porter that threw out Davinsky, and then Donnie Kelly had to serve that suspension on a pitch that was thrown inside to Sal Stewart of the Cincinnati Reds. Didn't even hit him.
Chris Negron, the bench coach, will take over as manager. He's there getting between Kelly and the other umps. Jim Wolf trying to move it along. But the crew chief, Alan Porter, tosses Don Kelly. So the pitching coach tossed, and like 2 pitches later, it's Don Kelly. Negron, Pirates bench coach, now the acting manager, and now the acting pitching coach is the assistant pitching coach next to him, Sidney Bayo. Ramirez gets the strikeout. 4-1 Toronto. Presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Alan Porter there with Jays catcher Tyler Heineman.
We've got a 4-1 ball game going into the 7th here, and you know, a little bit of professional courtesy amongst coaches and players and umpires. Pretty big swing here in this ball game, though. Alan Porter, Donnie Kelly, and Christopher Negron, everybody over there. That was after a foul out by the Pirates dugout where Alan Porter had to go over and make sure the ball was caught. And then they were chatting a little bit. Bill Murphy unhappy with the check swing call. Or, I'm sorry, Donnie Kelly unhappy with a check swing call. Bill Murphy was unhappy with the ABS challenge not being awarded right away.
Alan Porter was the crew chief back on May the 2nd when the Reds were at PNC Park, and Chris Davinsky threw a pitch inside to the rookie Sal Stewart and immediately ejected the Pirates pitcher, even though he didn't hit him. 3-0. And pitch comm issue. Maybe there's equipment. Yeah, it looks like pitch comm.
Well, they'll get Braden Fisher a new one, and all will be good. Be ready to go. So he knows whether they want him to throw the slider, the curveball, the four-seamer, or the cutter. Doesn't throw very many cutters. We've seen a lot of them in this ball game. Patrick Corbin was really good with his through the first 6 innings.
Fisher again was used as the opener on Thursday at Yankee Stadium and went 1 1/3 hitless innings, struck out 4.
You see his numbers on the season, including what he did as the opener a couple of days ago. Just under a 200 opponent average, pretty good.
4-pitch walk, and now Brandon Lau will bat as a pinch hitter for Jared Triolo. Justinson Garcia aboard for a second time. A single and a walk. Pete Walker, longtime pitching coach, out to talk with Fisher.
That's just a scouting report visit right there. Lau coming off the bench. I'm sure he's expecting that Fisher was going over Garcia, Triolo, and Valdez, and now with Brandon Lau coming in to pinch hit. Just a little reminder. That's what we talked about.
Lau was 2 for 3 plus a walk last night. 8 home runs in 28 games played here in this stadium. Lau having a big first year with the Pirates. 5-game hitting streak currently. And now what have we here?
I think we have
another
another
delay.
pitch comm.
Might this be Heineman's issue? Are they going to go old school?
I don't know.
Go with the signs?
Do the players still know what the sign language means?
That's a good question. Now he's all right. That transmitter seems to be working.
Oh, they are.
One ball, one strike. Heineman's telling the bench, I guess it is working. Can't hold up.
That's a good looking slider right here. Out of his hand, looks like it's going to be inner third.
Two and two. Lau batting for Triolo. And on deck, O'Neill Cruz to bat for Valdez. Down 3 in the 7th inning. After Patrick Corbin essentially stymied the Pirates in his best start as a Blue Jay.
I want to try and do some damage right here in the 7th inning. The Blue Jays are 17-3 when they lead after the 7th.
Strung him out with a curveball.
He's got the breaking ball working for sure. We saw some good sliders. This is a really nice curveball, more top to bottom break than what you see on the slider from Fisher. Looks like a knuckle curve. That's a tough pitch, but yeah, I was saying the Blue Jays are 17-3 when they lead after the 7th, and they're 20-0 when they have the lead after the 8th. But if the Pirates can get within striking distance, they may have a little bit of an advantage today, with Varland throwing multiple innings yesterday. He may be a little too tired. He might not even be available.
Yeah, 30+ pitches. So Cruz, the pinch hitter. Well, he didn't challenge. He was up. But called a strike. And now he's in the hole 0-2. Strike 3 is called, and O'Neill Cruz, 3 pitches, strikes out as a pinch hitter 81 times now. He has struck out this season, the most in Major League Baseball.
And strike 1 and strike 2 looked like they were above the zone there. Surprised to see him not challenge either one of them. The Pirates have both of them remaining.
Davis, a ground ball, and he is retired. Leadoff walk, nothing going. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by MedEConnect, Medicare made simple, and by McClellan's Contracting and Roofing. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it, so you can stand in it. Here's the Wayner family: Parker, Cameron, the kids, Tyler, his son, John's son, Tyler's wife Ashley. Happy birthday to Parker, 12 today. Hoping for a Pirates comeback up from Pittsburgh. Yohan Ramirez out there for the 7th, and some changes we'll get to defensively for the Pirates. Tyler Heineman faces Ramirez. Hits a fly ball to right field. Tyler Heineman just hit his first home run of the season. A no-doubter. Heineman hit all of 3 last year. Just his 5th in the big leagues.
He's sitting on one pitch right here, first pitch of the at-bat, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Kind of like Springer to lead off this ball game. Does a nice job of getting to the fastball at the top of the zone. That wasn't a cheap one either.
Tyler Heineman's first home run of the season. And in 199 Major League games, his 5th. He hit 3 last year in 61 games. Evan Siska for the Pirates. Just the 2nd home run Yohan Ramirez has allowed this season. Tyler Heineman, backup catcher. What a day for him, catching Corbin. Good job Corbin did, and sliding stop, the new second baseman, Brandon Lau. What a play to Rob Springer.
Great job by B. Lau right there to go up the middle. He was on the shortstop side of second base by quite a bit. Not only to get to this, look how far he has to go to get to that. So running away from it, does a great job getting to his feet and to get enough on the throw to get Springer. That was a beaut.
Fabulous play by Brandon Lau. Enters the game at second after the pinch hit appearance. Nick Gonzalez moves from second to third. O'Neal Cruz stays in, plays center. Justinson Garcia moves to right. Great play by Lau. There's Cruz now in center. And Nick Gonzalez moves from second to third. Garcia in right. Dalton Varsho calling timeout. A walk, a fly out to center, and a drive to the wall in left field against Skeens, who's on the hook for this one. 4 runs, 9 hits, 5+ innings. Stabbed by Ramirez for the 2nd out. Skeens allows 10 hard hit balls today, tied for the 2nd most hard hit balls allowed in any game of his career. Allowed 11 hard hits May 6th last year against the Cardinals in St. Louis. Hard hits defined as 95+ off the bat. Vlad Jr. Single to right field last time up. Bounces this ball to the new third baseman, Nick Gonzalez, and Guerrero Jr. going to try for second. No, put on the brakes.
This would have been a tough play for Nick Gonzalez to make. I think he had time to get over to it. Had to move quite a bit. You see him playing off the line right there. Looked like his first step was over towards shortstop, and maybe that's what delayed him getting over to the baseball. In between hop, just ran up the glove.
Chris Negron is going to come on and get Ramirez and call on the lefty Sisk. That'll be a base hit for Guerrero and a 5-1 lead for Toronto. Save up to $1,500 during our Memorial Day sale. Shop Mattress Warehouse. Well, here is Yohendrick Pinango facing Evan Sisk.
You see the numbers for Evan Sisk on the season. Really nice 1.71 ERA and 17 appearances. First time we've seen him in this series.
Pick off. Connor Griffin applies the tag. Caught stealing Guerrero to end the bottom half of the 7th inning. And a home run by Tyler Heineman gives the Blue Jays a 5-1 lead. He is presented by Barrel Automotive, driven to be better, and by Giant Eagle, your home team for groceries. Go to the 8th inning. It's 5-1, and Evan Sisk coming on, and this is why you relievers are so good. Really just shut the door, Matt.
Yeah, well,
Just
there's more than one way to do it right here, and Guerrero trying to get a jump. I think Sisk kind of had a feeling he was going to try to get himself into scoring position with 2 outs. Nicely done.
Yariel Rodriguez making his 4th appearance this season, called up earlier in the month. You see it's been an early struggle.
Yeah, just 3 games. Not a very attractive ERA. 3 strikeouts, 2 free passes.
Bouncing ball hugging the line at third. Clement on to first. 1 up and 1 down. Pirates offense has been, for the most part, shut down. Corbin, Fisher, now Rodriguez. The Pirates scoring with 2 outs in the 6th on the hit by Reynolds, the double by Osuna that tied the game. And just such a really bizarre start to see Paul Skeens, after his club ties it at 1, to not record an out in the bottom half of that inning. 4 straight hits and he was done, and those 3 of the first 4 score.
Yeah, that's what all the great ones are really good at. When the team gets them back into the ball game or gives them the lead, they're able to go out and throw up zeros. And Paul Skeens certainly fits into that category as being one of the great ones of all time, but today just wasn't it.
Well, it's Heineman's day. He challenged after hitting the home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, and that call is overturned. That's a strike. Patrick Corbin went 6, gave up the 1 run on 5 hits. He had retired 14 in a row after getting Connor Griffin to ground out in the 6th before he gave up the hit to Reynolds and the double to Osuna. Fisher pitches a scoreless 7th. John Schneider's Blue Jays been pitching well. He's talking to Pete Walker, the pitching coach. Pitchers have allowed 4 runs in the last 4 games, including today. Trying to start something.
Yeah, we need base runners. Doesn't matter how you do it. A walk's as good as a hit at this point in the ball game.
Foul. Pirates don't have a comeback win yet, down 3 or more this season. The last time, August 4th last year against the Giants at PNC Park, they were down 4-1 through 6, came back to win 5-4. He's really battling here.
And like I said, the Blue Jays, when they're leading after 8 innings, they're 20-0. So they're still looking to be given that first loss.
Overdue to lose a game like that.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay.
He really did battle.
Yep. So here's the start. Don't have to get them all back right now, but if the Pirates can get 1 or 2, it certainly sets up better opportunity in the 9th inning. You got to remember their closer, Varlin. How many pitches did you say he threw? 30-something pitches
31.
yesterday? 31 pitches yesterday. I doubt he's even available. Brian Reynolds had a really nice at bat last night against Varlin. Well, he saw 10 of those 31 pitches, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Pirates have actually come back once previously against these Blue Jays. They were down 5-0 back in May of 2014. And came back to win a wild one 8-6. These two clubs started playing interleague back in 2003 against each other, their first meeting. Griffin takes off. At the stolen base. It's his 12th.
Well, I like it. Got a good jump right there. Well, he can impact the ball game in so many different ways.
Is Heineman okay? Trainer and Schneider coming out. I think that's Jose Ministral, the former Pirate minor league longtime trainer.
Let's see if we see anything right here. It looked like he just lost his footing when he went to throw. Yeah, he couldn't get that front foot out in front of him to brace himself.
And he's going to be all right. Yeah, that is Jose Ministral, head trainer. Stolen base. Bucks steal a base. Now you steal a deal. Scan on screen for $25 off at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 12 stolen bases for Griffin in 13 attempts. Looking for his 3rd hit today. 1,000th career game. 3-2.
Take another walk, too.
Last 3-hit game, April 13th against the Nationals. Reynolds has had 2 3-hit games this season. But yeah, walk would do as well. Get on base. Down 4, 1 out, 8th inning. Lays off. A challenge. Heineman already.
I think we're going to like this one, Greg.
Yeah, we don't get to see live like you do at home, and that is ball 4. We are not allowed to have the box like you are at home, so you get to see it live. We don't. Baseball doesn't allow those broadcasters to have the box in their booths. And now translator out there with Pete Walker. Say interpreter is proper. Marcelo Osuna. His 2-out double in the 6th tied the game. Whoa,
oh, nice.
My goodness. What is that all about?
Well, this is where speed can kill from time to time. Connor Griffin creating some havoc out on second base. Got to second base with the steal, would have advanced anyway after the free pass to Brian Reynolds, but the Blue Jays worried about his speed out there at second base, forces an error from Rodriguez.
Just curious, like, what are they worried about?
And now 2 guys in scoring position.
Rather than the man at the plate, Osuna. And they're leading by 4. But maybe a door slightly ajar.
I wonder if they were afraid of that first pitch Connor and Brian were going to do a little double steal.
Bouncing ball. Oh, nice little soft pick by Guerrero to get the out. Pirates get a run. 5-2.
Well, a productive out, though, from Marcelo Osuna right there. And I like the approach here. Look at the open infield on the right side there. Really, only Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the only guy that can make a play. Unfortunately, hit it too close to him. But I like that approach right there from Marcel. That situation, 2 guys in scoring position, try to shoot something to that side of the field.
They will bring on the lefty now. Let's recap what's happened so far in the game. Our dashboard report presented by your Western VA GMC dealers. Paul Skeens gives up 4 runs in 5 innings of work. Patrick Corbin was really good, the veteran lefty. 1 run, 6 innings, 5 hits. Brian Reynolds, a couple of hits on base 3 times. George Springer 2 for 4, including a leadoff home run in the first. And now Adam Macko faces the lefty hitting Spencer Horwitz with 2 outs.
Macko's making his 4th appearance here. He just made his debut 5 days ago. He's already thrown in 3 ball games, thrown 3 clean innings of work, or 3 scoreless, I should say. I was talking to see his numbers there. 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Talking to some of the Blue Jays broadcast guys about Adam Macko yesterday. He's actually born in Slovakia, but was raised here in Alberta. So being a Canadian, pretty popular player already.
Born in Slovakia, and as a kid they also Family moved to Ireland for a time. Moved to Canada when he was 14, 2-2 on the one-time Blue Jay Spencer Horwitz. A hole. Hit by the curveball. That quiets things down a bit, and now Justinson Garcia.
Well, we will absolutely take it, especially with 2 strikes right here to get hit. Get another base runner on the base paths for the Pirates.
Mason Montgomery going to be coming on in the bottom of the 8th inning. The password: on base twice today. Single, walk. What a time for your first big league dinger.
I was thinking the same thing.
Couple of rookies here battling it out. Big cut.
Well, he doesn't get cheated, does he?
No, sir. I wonder if somewhere along the line these two haven't faced each other. Minor leagues. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls it off. Stinson Garcia, a handful of games with the Boston Red Sox last year. Pirates made the trade over the winter. For Macco, just his 4th major league game. Broken bat. And on to first. Boy, he was cool and collected there. The barrel was over by second base. Pirates get 1. Trail 5-2. Here's our Toyota driving force, and this drive, first batter of the game, 0-2 pitch, first batter for the Blue Jays against Paul Skeens, a home run, and Tyler Heineman, it's his first home run of the year, that off Yohan Ramirez, and fly ball off the bat of Davis Schneider as he is the pinch hitter against the lefty Sisk, and Schneider flies out to center. Batting for Pinongo.
The George Springer home run to lead off this ball game kind of foreshadowed what we would see a couple of times in this ball game against Paul Skeens. Just missing, not by much, but missing the spots. That was an 0-2 count, like you said, Brownie, trying to climb the ladder. First 2 pitches of the at-bat were fastballs that Springer swung through, and they were trying to go up around the letters, just left it right around the belt, allowed Springer to get to the top of the baseball. And the one from Heineman was the first pitch of the at-bat. Similar location against Ramirez.
Miles Straw is retired. He is the pinch hitter for Jesus Sanchez. 2 outs. Pirate strikeouts all season are presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Sisk trying to be not only get the Pirates back to the bat rack down by 3, no more, but also be efficient enough that he'd be available tomorrow if need be. Ernie Clement
I was hoping he would get Clement on that pitch right there. Be pretty impressive to get 4 outs on 4 pitches, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And he got the final out of the 7th inning without even throwing a pitch. Picking off Vladimir Guerrero. Jeff Hoffman, who lost his closer's role earlier this year, with Varland unavailable, he has his chance today to pick up another save. Currently a save situation. Had his 4th save on Thursday at Yankee Stadium. (3-2) on Clement. Evan Sisk, good work. Last shot for the Pirates, looking for a big comeback here in Toronto. Well, we're headed to the 9th inning, and as we said earlier, Matt Capps is challenging you. Part of the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, the Berg Proud Challenge. Go to pittsburghfoodbank.org/bergproud and find out more and help Matt raise a lot of money for the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. He's going to walk 30 miles in 30 days.
I sure am, Brownie. And I'm happy to do it. And not only am I challenging everybody listening, I'm challenging you. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to give $10 for every mile that I know you walk.
Oh, well, I'm going right back at you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you up in the ante?
I'm going 20.
$20 for every mile. All right.
For every mile that I know you walk.
Well, I'm going to record it and I'm going to post it.
Okay.
So there will be proof.
Yeah, I'll have proof. All right, see if the Pirates can come back here with Brandon Lau facing Jeff Hoffman, trying to close it out. Hoffman was removed from the closer's role.
And you see his numbers right there. I mean, that's why the .532 ERA in 24 games. And he's got good stuff. He's been a closer for a long time. The 4-seam fastball in the upper 90s. Just saw a good-looking split there to Brandon Lau. And then there's the slider. The slider has been the pitch that has given him trouble this year. Opponents are hitting .290 on that slider.
Now, when he throws one like that, it's so bad. Like, do you eliminate that, you think, as a hitter then? In your mind?
I don't know. I mean, come right back with it, but when he decides to go with a split finger, he's got the split working. I haven't talked to anybody with the Blue Jays to really try to understand what the deal is with the slider, but it's been a good pitch for him throughout the course of his career. This year, he's just struggling with it.
O'Neill Cruz pinch hit and struck out on 3 pitches in the 7th.
There's another slider, nowhere close to the zone. Yeah, I'm sure the Pirates hitters are aware of that .290 opponent average against the slider. And then seeing 2 like that, maybe they do eliminate it. But you eliminate it, and then he comes back with 1 right there.
Schneider stays in the game in left, Straws in right. Former Rocky, couple of years with the Reds, a couple of years with the Phillies, now in his second season with Toronto. Jeff Hoffman. Cruz strikes out again. He's on pace to strike out more than any batter in the history of the game.
This split finger's nasty right here. Saw 97-mile-an-hour fastball a couple of pitches before, and then that split starts out right above the kneecaps.
Andy Rodriguez pinch hitting for Henry Davis. Reporting in to Alan Porter. Jeff Hoffman, former starter with the Rockies. Looking for a back-to-back saves. And now a pitch away. Perhaps from getting it. Pitching coach Bill Murphy and manager Don Kelly were ejected in the 6th inning. And a terribly disappointing trip to Toronto. Felt very good about evening this series with Paul Skeens on the mound, but he had a rough go of it. The Pirates offense could do very little, and now you have to search for a W tomorrow.
Yeah,
and that would be Mitch Keller again.
Yeah, hopefully Mitch can take the mound. The Blue Jays have Dylan Cease on the mound, so the Pirates have their work cut out for them tomorrow to try and salvage this 3-game series against the Blue Jays. And yeah, it was a tough one. Paul Skeens was not what we're used to out of Paul Skeens, was just missing his spots by a little bit, and the Blue Jays did a nice job of making him pay for it. And the North Star of the game, Patrick Corbin was very good today. Locating his fastball, locating the changeup. The cutter was good. I mean, everything he threw today was good. And that's the North Star Chevrolet Buick and GMC star of the game, Patrick Corbin.
He goes to 2-1, giving up the 1 run on 5 hits in 6 innings. And then the bullpen took over from there. The pitching staff of the Jays really turned in the corner over the last 4 games now. And Spencer Horwitz and the Pirates and Paul Skeens fall to the Blue Jays for the 2nd straight game. Last night it was 6-2. This afternoon against the Blue Jays, Pirates offense couldn't do much more. And the final score of 5-2 as Corbin beats Skeens. Stay tuned. Post-game show coming up next.